So, Callum,
Yes?
welcome to Roku Ronin. Again.
Oh, hi. It's terrible to be back, but I'm here anyway.
I know, ain't it terrible? I bet you miss Anifix a lot.
I do. I've missed it already.
Don't worry. Glenn and Russ both suck.
To be honest, they wouldn't let me talk about Pokemon. So
yeah, you see, we offer creative freedom here in Roku Ronin. Which is why...
It's probably a mistake.
Which is why I'm going to ask you, Callum, what is your favorite Pokemon?
Oh, my favourite Pokemon has got to be the very tragic Porygon Z, a Pokemon that has never appeared in the anime.
Well, maybe if it didn't give children seizures...
It didn't! Okay, so it's an episode with Porygon and Pikachu saw an electric, a thunder shock at some missiles that had nothing to do with Porygon, and those gave the kids seizures. It was Pikachu. Pikachu should have been banned right there. Porygon should have been the new, partner Pokemon to Ash, because he went, fuck you, Pikachu, go home, you gave kids seizures. Yeah. That should have been the plot.
Porygon never appeared again,
Porygon
right?
With me. Porygon has, yeah.
Has it?
That's a case of corporations paying off people behind the scenes to keep Pikachu in the spotlight.
You know, actually, I don't even... That episode's bad enough for giving kids, essentially just throwing them into the hospital. But I still find the beach fan service episode really weird. The one where James gets boobs.
Oh, yeah.
They're detachable, but they're obviously not detachable.
They had, another banned episode, an episode that was just banned in, the US, where there was, these people, pointing guns at Ash and his friends and all that.
Oh,
so they banned it because of the guns. However, that was the episode where Ash caught, 50 Tauros. And so, for the subsequent episodes... Ash just has 50 Tauros and it's never explained.
Hey, he's a Pokemon master, or aiming to be one.
He thought he was like, I'm going to catch them all, and so he just caught
he was going to catch all the Tauros. That was his true goal when he said, I'm going to catch them all. Yeah,
so, it's weird, because, through the subsequent episodes, they just mention that he has loads of Tauros. And he just gets out different Tauros, in different battles. What the fuck are you doing?
Hey, he's just that good. But anyways, Adam, what's your favorite Pokemon?
Okay. It'd probably be... Yeah, it's probably Darkrai.
Yeah.
What's that reaction?
I cannot think of Darkrai without thinking of the Diamond Pearl finale, where the final guy who won the league there just had a Darkrai that one-shotted fucking everything.
That's because he's awesome.
No.
But then he also had a Latios as well.
How the fuck does he have a Latios?
How
do you have a
That's
Latios
not
without a
fault.
Latias? That's just wrong.
Well, the thing is,
in the games
it
that
was
happens a lot.
Well, it was a six Pokemon battle. He was so powerful. Ash was the only one that could beat Darkrai, but then he lost on the second Pokemon. He still had 4 other ones that were just never shown.
Well, that's the TV series for
so
you.
fuck that, because it was such a stupid plot.
They probably were all legendaries too.
They were probably all legendaries. They probably all made equally no fucking sense.
It was probably Mewtwo for one of them and Mew another and whatnot.
Because apparently there's fucking loads of Mewtwo's. Team Rocket had a whole batch of them.
Well,
God
anyways, if anyone was curious, my favorite Pokemon is Gardevoir. But this episode is actually more focused on the Pokemon films because it's something that we've all watched. Unlike Callum, who's seen every single episode of Pokemon to have ever existed. So
I want to do that one day. I'm so proud. I'm so
No, you
with
don't.
your accomplishment.
no, you don't.
You don't want to do that.
You don't want to watch any of Best Wishes.
Nah, it's great.
Why,
oh yeah, you do not want to watch Best Wishes.
Why would you want to spend all that time with what's her name, Iris?
Because then I can say I've watched all of
Yeah.
Pokemon and my life will be complete. Just
You're
like
not
Alan
going.
said.
It's not going to end.
It's not going to complete your life. Watching Best Wishes just leaves a hole in your life. Where you go, oh.
But how else will I become popular and get as many subscribers as Callum?
By not watching
Just
Pokemon. I don't
gotta
know.
be a
Watch
big fan of
Digimon.
penguins. Yeah,
I'm
just
already
watch all of
doing that.
Digimon. That's so much easier.
I'm already doing that.
God.
Good, you're on your way to becoming a Digimon master.
Tamer.
But
Tamer, yeah.
moving on to Pokemon films, I think we all agree that the best Pokemon film made so far is Pokemon Heroes, which is the 5th film, right?
Yeah, although I do flip between that and Destiny Deoxys.
Destiny
'Cause I
Deoxys is
really
great.
liked Destiny Deoxys.
It's really good. I think it's Destiny Deoxys has more of a resolution than Heroes, but I think Heroes is just balanced a lot better, and Heroes is just more creative in a lot of the stuff it does.
I feel like
Yeah, I
Heroes
think
is a little more has a little more of an emotional center than a lot of the other films.
Well,
do.
actually, I like to
got a
think
lot
that
more
all of
character.
the Pokemon films, Destiny Deoxys and prior, have some emotional drive. Or not even. Temple of the Sea has it too.
Sure, but I'm saying like I feel like that one has the most sort of well done and balanced and most obvious evident one.
No, definitely.
I guess you could say. Although one very close, I would say, with in terms of the emotional aspect, would be one of my favorites, the third movie, which is Spill into the Unknown.
Yeah, the third movie is pretty good. I think all of the old Pokemon films, or maybe that's just because the recent Pokemon films are generally all just bland. But most of the old Pokemon films, except for Celebi, the Celebi one, and the very first one, I think they're all quite fun films.
Nah, the first one's solid.
I don't like the
Yeah.
first one.
I still
No,
like
it's
the
solid.
first one, but I don't like it as
Even
much
if it's
as the,
even if
following
it's
films.
just because of like nostalgia, I still love the first one. It always have a place in my heart.
It's so flimsy. I mean, yeah, it's Pokemon. you know, to be honest, all of it is flimsy. But
Mewtwo.
I don't fucking care about his edgy dialogue.
I
But
think,
he's amazing.
I
He's
think
dang
that-
great.
that film does not work without seeing Return of Mewtwo, which is an OVA which just it doesn't fit within the films at all
Yeah.
because it has no finale. It's like I'm gonna fly off with all these Pokemon after this sudden resolution where I
And
almost
make
killed a
everyone
dude.
forget what just happened. And he does that again in Return of Mewtwo, doesn't he?
Yeah.
No, he doesn't.
No?
No, he doesn't.
Oh
No.
wait, he doesn't.
He only
yeah.
makes Team Rocket forget. Only the bad guys forget.
But then
I mean, to
somehow,
be fair, Ash is probably going to forget
Ah.
anyway, because Ash forgets everything
Yeah.
after 2 episodes.
He's like, "Oh, look!" In the 16th movie, what's that? It's a Mewtwo. I've never seen that before.
it happens all the time, though,
Oh,
with him.
although
Oh, look!
Yeah, he
a
does-
Pikachu. What's that?
he at least names Mewtwo, like he knows what a Mewtwo is, but he never expresses any like confusion for the fact like, oh, what are you? Why are there two of you? Why are you not the one I know?
No, but
Can I just say that I'm still a little disappointed it wasn't the original Mewtwo in that one?
I really am annoyed because
it doesn't really make any sense, though, because Mewtwo should be the only Mewtwo.
yeah,
the original.
I think
Yeah.
Oh.
there were theories that Team because the idea behind that, and they show in the film, is that Team Plasma made another Mewtwo. So the theories going around is that Team Plasma went to Kanto, found the blueprints for Mewtwo, and then made another one. And had
Good thing they were
exactly
just
the
lying
same
around.
thing. Yeah, good thing they're just lying around, and good thing they didn't notice the fact that the previous Mewtwo had broken out and destroyed everything, because that's apparently what this one did as well.
Well, no. They thought they would solve that by making it a female Mewtwo.
Oh, yeah. They're like, oh no, make it a chick.
I would say her voice was quite sexy. Fucking, don't ever quote
you
me
wanna-
on that.
No, that's the
Anyone.
quote
Do you
of
want
the
to talk
episode.
about this? Or?
Quote of the episode.
The voice of female Mewtwo. It's quite sexy, but
Now we know what the title's going to be. It has to be something with that.
no. Okay, this is going to be
Sexy
a controversial question, but what do you think is the most attractive Pokemon?
Yeah, I'm not answering this
What?
question.
Come on.
We already know your answer, Matt. It's obviously Gardevoir.
No, it's not.
Mm-hmm.
Gardevoir is my favorite Pokemon. That's it. Because Gardevoir is amazing.
Uh-huh.
It's so powerful, and there's male Gardevoirs too, so they all look the same.
No.
Yeah, they tried so hard to make it so, like, the canonical idea of a male Gardevoir is just Gallade. That's the entire reason why that Pokemon exists.
Well, you like Gallade more than Gardevoir anyway.
I do like Gallade more than Gardevoir. I especially like Mega Gallade more than Mega Gardevoir.
Gallade seems more like your kind of Pokemon anyway.
It's cool, it's punchy punch. And
Anyways, back
Unless
to
you're-
Pokemon
Yeah.
films. We were talking. You see, when you talk about Pokemon, there's just so much to talk about.
You
to be
have
honest.
freedom on Roku Ronin to talk about whatever you want, unless Matt cuts you off.
Essentially, I am the true fear of Roku Ronin right now. But yeah, Pokemon Heroes is, I think, the best one because it's also. I like to say that I always prefer a minimalist approach to things, and I think Heroes is
it's
Heroes
not
isn't one of the most
complicated.
minimalist approaches in a Pokemon film, but I just
It's
it just
up
works
there. It's
so
up there.
well.
Because so
I mean, its use
not
of
only
the city of Venice, or its replica of Venice, I think was perfect for that film too. It really heightens the atmosphere of the story
Yeah, but if
between Latios and Latias.
But look at the villains from the other films. So the first one, Mewtwo, with its big complex and team of loads of evil Pokemon, bring in loads and loads of other people coming to visit this island. That the second one, 2000, which had this Pokemon collector with this huge fucking airship.
To be fair, he wasn't even really a villain too, so it was kind of nice in that way.
He was not a dynamic character.
No, but at least it wasn't as black and white as some of the other things. Like, it felt more like he was just a pawn in a larger kind of thing, like the force of nature or
What?
something, because it was always about, like, nature's out of balance and stuff. It just felt bigger.
He was really just there to feel a conflict for the story.
Yeah, but he didn't feel like the antagonist, is what I'm saying.
He didn't
well,
feel
yeah,
like the
'cause the
antagonist
antagonists
because he wasn't
were
really
the
given much
three
time to
birds.
do any.
Even the birds weren't
Villainous
really the
things.
antagonists.
No,
there was no antagonist to the second
I mean, the second
in
film
my
I think
opinion.
is one of the best ones, actually.
I actually like how it doesn't really have an antagonist if you think about it.
I like how Team Rocket actually does something important in that film.
It's the only film where they
Yeah.
actually do anything important.
That's a good point.
Apart from maybe the first one, where they just row them to the island, but
Not
even
even,
then,
no,
that's kind of
no.
like a stretch.
They are
Yeah,
actually
but-
significant in the second film.
And they
But
made
anyway,
fun of Minnesota. Like, I
yeah.
don't know.
The fourth one had this evil Pokemon catcher with like
Wait,
a
you missed the third
Tyranitar.
one.
No,
You just
there is
said
no
The third one had Entei with its
Yeah,
huge
but the
fucking
third one was just a
tower.
stubborn girl who couldn't accept the disappearance of her
Wait,
parents, which makes
I'm
sense.
talking about this. I'm talking about the scale
Actually,
of the
the
narrative.
third one I also really like because no real antagonist to that film.
I mean, if you think
But,
about it, though, in
yeah.
all of the Pokemon films, the villains are given, despite it's not
Except
great, but they are
the
given
fourth
motives and reasons as to why
Well-
they are in the positions they are for the most part.
Depends, but yeah.
They do it in very lackluster ways, but it is more or less that case.
Celebi
you
voice of
can't-
the pirate was
in the
just
third
I'm
one,
an
it's
evil
like, you know,
Pokemon catcher.
Yeah, and like unless you're a part of Team Rocket, then
Yeah,
or one of the other teams.
I mean, I don't recall Team Magma or Aqua in any of the films.
Team
Aqua
Magma and
was,
Aqua,
because
Team Aqua was in Temple of the Sea, but
yeah,
even
yeah,
him,
Pirate
he was
part
kind of
it.
more of a comedic relief, actually.
Yeah. I think we had Team Plasma showing up very early, very briefly in Genesect. We had Team Aqua in Thingamajig.
Yeah, Ranger and
Manaphy.
Temple C.
And Team Rocket in a few of them. But yeah, we never saw Team Galactic, and we never see Team Magma in the movies. Of course, we
Did we
saw
see
them
Team
in
Plasma?
the TV series. No, we hadn't seen Team Plasma. That's what I was saying.
Oh yeah.
He said that we saw them very briefly in Genesect movie in the very
Oh
beginning.
wait, no,
or something
yeah.
like that.
Oh, sorry, no. Yeah, Team Plasma. No, we do see Team Plasma. Their logo is in. Was it Genesect? It was either Genesect
I think so.
or
'Cause
Mewtwo's
that was the one where
flashback. It might
they
be
made
both of them.
the one Genesect was the one where they made the Mewtwo. So if that's true and Plasma made it, then that's Plasma.
Yeah. But anyway, my
Oh
point
wait,
was that
Magma did appear. Wait, Magma did appear. They appeared in the
Where did they
Jirachi
appear?
movie.
Oh shit!
Oh
you're
yeah,
right.
when they were trying to make the Groudon.
I
Yeah,
don't think he
the
was
scientist approached
actively
them
team-
first.
So
I don't
No,
think
but he
was
approached them.
actively a
We
team
saw.
we saw
We
flashbacks
saw the whole team.
of Team
You're
Magma
right,
They
you're
showed
trying
him
right.
trying to like do it, and there was a whole
reproduce
auditorium.
Groudon.
Yeah,
Jirachi,
you're right.
You know what's really weird? When I first saw Jirachi as a kid, I loved Jirachi. It was one of my favorites, but rewatching it, it didn't
I never
feel
liked
as
Jirachi.
strong.
I was never that big of a fan of the Jirachi movie.
I don't know. Cause I remember always liking Heroes when I was a kid, and I still like Heroes.
Yeah, but the point I was
remember
trying to make about
finding-
Heroes is that the villains in Heroes are just two thieves. The story never
But they are Team
involves
Rocket.
anyone else. Oh yeah, Team Rocket exists as. Were they Team Rocket?
Yeah, they were Team Rocket.
Yeah, they were,
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah,
but they went off the reservation.
What?
but yeah, that's it. It ends at just two thieves from Team Rocket, and the scale never goes up. There's no big dramatic thing to them.
But I think
And
that's
the city
one of the
is never
strengths
in
of
totally in
Heroes.
danger.
Because
I mean, despite them not having much to them, like in terms of that, their characters actually were at least like enjoyable, and like they had a little more to them in terms of character and personality than a lot of the other Pokemon villains.
no, but I think that
Yeah,
the
yeah.
two best films, the two best Pokemon films, are quite opposite. Because Heroes is one of the least ambitious films, but it's, I think, the best one. And Destiny Deoxys, I think, is the most ambitious Pokemon film. Because a lot
Oh, yeah.
happens in that film. I think that's the longest Pokemon film. And there
I
are
don't
layers
know,
and
but it
layers of
possibly
actual
is.
narratives in it.
Because there's so much, there's so much character going on. Because it's got one of the largest casts, but it deals with them in some of the best ways.
Yeah, Destiny
by having
Deoxys
them
is
as
something
just
you would
different
normally
parts.
find more in Digimon, I feel, than you would find in Pokemon.
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. That's true. Especially with the whole computers thing and whatnot.
And I also think
Yeah,
that
I just
the
checked.
reason why
It's not actually longer than most of the other films.
it's not.
It's not. It just feels it because
It
they do have so
accomplishes
much going
more
on.
Than
Yeah.
the other films. That's probably why.
Plus, it has some of the best legendaries, Rayquaza and Deoxys.
Yeah, sure, whatever. It's not
their
even that
battle-
though. We're talking about
But no-
we're talking about very academic stuff, Adam. You got to join
Says
in
the
No,
one
no,
who brought
I-
up, hey, which
intelligent
Pokemon
conversation.
No, I
character would you
think
fuck?
God damn it. But Adam does have a point, not about the Pokemon fucking, but Rayquaza is genuinely a threatening Pokemon. It's this huge dragon that is constantly attacking the city. Like,
I mean, if
that
you think
is a
about it,
part of the
all
narrative
Pokemons
itself.
are quite threatening to cities. Remember the Tentacruel episode? He
God, that-
leveled that entire city. It's like, imagine if Tentacruel came up to Miami and just wiped it out. It could do that.
You would think they'd
Yeah.
have better protection
Loads of people
against
have Tentacle.
Pokemon attacks.
Yeah.
that's the thing. Is it just me, or in that one Tentacruel episode, isn't Tentacruel much larger than what it normally
It
is?
was a
Tentacruel
special
is-
Tentacruel. It was a different one.
Okay, because I don't remember.
They're not supposed to be that big. Even like Ash's Charizard, that's actually bigger than a normal one is supposed to be. A normal one's supposed to be like 5'6".
Yeah, but I don't know. You would probably think that there'd be some protection agency or whatnot against
Yeah, that's what I
Pokemon
just
said.
surrounding
Yeah,
cities.
There's
I mean,
episodes of the
I guess we're
anime
expecting
where,
too much from Pokemon, but
Pokemon
but no,
Ranger.
there's episodes of the anime where where there'll be towns and they'll say we've been haunted for so very long by this one character. It's like, and within those 20 minutes, they just solve it. So yeah, nobody does anything until Ash Ketchum and his friends arrive.
and the Pokemon are like, if it weren't for you meddling kids.
Yep.
But yeah, I actually also think that my three favorite Pokemon films, which are Heroes, Destiny Deoxys, and 2000, I think those three are the best films because of their use of the setting. The setting plays a really important part in all of those three films. I mean, the setting actually plays a big part in several Pokemon films, but especially in those three, I don't know. I just feel like they're utilized really well, and they're really, really integrated in the story. I mean, if you think about Heroes, the city of Venice, in the end, how the water is being used to flood to essentially destroy the whole city, or in Destiny Deoxys, where the computer cubes, are also a threat to the city in the end. And in
Destiny Deoxys' setting was, I think it had the best use of setting out of anything.
Yeah. And global warming.
I'd say probably so.
In Pokemon 2000, or it's how the three islands and the three stones or whatnot, the three orbs are important in that film.
I still remember always the graphic of like, and if they mix, this will happen, and it showed the graphic of like all the waters getting like all disturbed and stuff. I don't know, I always have that in my head, that memory.
Yeah, but I think the best Pokemon films are as good as they are because of their use of setting. I mean, Temple of the Sea is one of the other really good ones, and that also utilizes its settings to a significant deal. Pokemon 3, the mansion. Like, look at the more recent Pokemon films, like Hoopa. It's a random city that's like.
Let's put in one track of Arabian type music.
But think about it. Hoopa has all the legendaries fighting each other in a city. That should feel...
And it felt so
big.
lackluster.
Yeah, because...
Yeah, especially because we'd seen those legendaries before, and because previous films had just developed character to them, but none of that is addressed.
Even, like, that would be okay if at least the battling and the fighting in the city was, like, better. It just felt very lackluster. Like, they were just shooting things. Like, it felt like, literally, like you were watching a slightly better version of the games. Like, he fires it, he fires him, and he fires there. So, and, like, just, I don't know. The city was, like, barely... Now, not that I'm saying that I want it to be destroyed, but it was, like, not touched at all. It was, like, so little of it was actually destroyed.
Quite a bit of the city was destroyed, but there was just no weight to it, because I think in order for us to care about the city, we have to see it in action. We see Destiny Deoxys city in action. We kind of see the ins and outs of it for a short moment before the chaos occurs, and it just feels bigger because we understand it more.
Hoopa City felt empty, even though at the very end you see like a lot of people running to save them, so whatever. It felt very empty because we never saw the city before. We don't see many people walking around even during like the whole battle. It's only at the end that we see all those people. And because of that, it just feels like a set or a prop instead of an actual real location or setting.
Yeah, it needs to spend like just 5 minutes, just because that's what Destiny Deoxys did. It started off with them exploring the city. They try out the trash, the cans, and all the things. We had Munchlax trying to throw bottles into those cans.
Mino
with the robots coming around. We had the
Munchlax, the soccer player.
They joined a Pokemon like sort of tournament thing. And everything with that was automated and sci-fi, and it really made us know what the setting was, and then we watched as it got taken advantage of.
Yeah, same thing with Heroes. We got to see that version of Venice for half the film before the actual conflict started happening. And like,
it started with that amazing scene where they were doing the race around the streets,
and not even just that, the scene where Ash follows the girl in and around the alleys, and we just get to see the ins and outs of the city, and it's so beautiful.
What's in Hooper Unbound, the only place they hide is just places that have nothing to do with the city, just like, oh, here's like a basement somewhere, or here's a dark alley. Things that don't show off the city at all.
Yeah, I think even
the Keldeo movie showed off the city better, and that was awful.
God's sakes.
What would you say has the worst setting, actually, of all the movies?
Arceus.
Really?
It is the most un-Pokemon setting out of all.
It is. Well, I guess if you say that.
Or not. What about
Zekrom
Guillotine?
And Reshiram?
I think.
Well, even then, at least it was like kind of like, oh look, they're flying cities or castles or something. Like, I don't know. For me, I'd probably be like Pokemon Forever, just because it was like it's just the forest.
But the forest plays a big deal in the story, though. At least
I guess,
it
but
does have relevance.
It didn't feel like a special, like they didn't do anything to like identify it apart from any other.
I mean,
forest,
I think Celebi's
at
relationship
least I guess
with
it
the
looks
forest
a little nicer
was quite important, especially
things.
near the end.
Yeah.
It was essentially
CG
Princess
trees
Mononoke.
were a big part of it. Yeah,
I mean, to be fair though, Curium, I don't even remember what the setting was in that movie anymore.
That's true.
It was a city which had a abandoned mine next to it, and those were the two locations that we saw.
What's that one? Zorok?
Oh, Zorok.
Zorok. I think that city kind of had like it was like a half.
They did better with that one than some of the other ones. Like definitely better than Hoopa, because at least they showed us parts of the city or town, whatever. It was like a small city town thing.
Yeah,
they showed us some people living there. Yeah. Well, yeah, and what they believed in, and like, oh, we have these statues of the 3 legendary dogs, and like they at least show, or cats, whatever they were, and they at least gave us more to it.
Yeah, and I love the whole idea is it's just a mayor trying to get re-elected.
The city in Darkrai kind of has some setting to it, I think.
I think the city in Darkrai.
I feel like it's probably the city with the least like personality to it, if that makes sense. Like it was a real setting, but it didn't have any kind of like special personality to it.
No, I thought the city in Genesis
had a good opening.
How they like the reimagined New York City. I was actually really disappointed with it.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, that's true. I forgot about that.
It had. Yeah, I think it had moments though. It wasn't as good as many of the other depictions of cities, but
it's not definitely not one of the worst.
But I don't think it's one of the worst. Yeah, because it had. I love those little moments with the builders repairing repairing just a bit of tarmac. It's like, yeah, it's New York. It's fucked already.
I don't really remember that, but
they had it just when things happened to the power, like when the lights switched off, they showed them. It's like, oh, we can't do it, and then I think one of them had like an Ampharos or something. It's like, oh, thanks Ampharos for lighting it up.
You see, I don't remember any of that. Oh, you know what has a terrible setting that I don't even remember what it was? Cocoon of Destruction.
That's because it was some random town. And then they just went into, like, the forest.
The only thing I remember was that they flipped...
Oh, and they went underground,
the only thing I remember in Cocoon of Destruction was that instead of Ash, Pikachu becomes stone for a while, and someone turns into a tree.
It was the legendary Xerneas turned into a tree.
To be honest, Xerneas' design kind of makes sense with being a tree, but...
It's kind of written into the game too, I think.
Yeah, because we had no emotional investment. Why should we care that Xerneas is a tree now?
Can I just say that, because also on the topic of Xerneas, and how when he, or she, because it was given a female voice in the dub, started talking, am I the only one getting tired of legendaries always talking?
Yeah, I am
Adam,
as well.
how
It
will
started
we
with
know how the
Entei,
Pokemon
but
are feeling inside if they don't talk?
No,
but
visual storytelling, please.
Adam,
Yeah.
tell, don't show.
Mew never had a voice, and I think Mew was a good portrayal of just playful character.
I think
And
Like,
every
they don't
single-
even need.
Mew was
They
in
don't
Zoroark,
technically-
wasn't he?
Yeah, no, that wasn't. You're thinking of Lucario.
Yeah,
Mew
they've
was in
hidden
Lucario.
Lucario as well.
Or it was
It's
Celebi was in
just-
Zoroark. That's what it was.
Ex-
I'm getting all these
Yeah,
Pokemon mixed up.
they don't need to talk. Like just saying their name or not even saying anything can work really. Look at Heroes. They didn't talk.
Look at Pikachu.
Yeah.
Oh, I think
They don't
there's so many
need
points
to.
where, like, every time that happens, one of the characters just shouts out telepathy. It's like, oh, great.
They
That
do.
explanation again. Like, even fucking Zorua does that. It's like, Zora's not even psychic.
Wait, okay. Let me
Dark
think of,
type,
Let,
it can
let me
use
think
it.
of how many Pokemon movies were the Pokemon talks. 2000.
So many.
Okay, let's go from the very
You're
start.
forgetting
yeah.
about the first one. The first
Okay,
one.
First one,
movie.
Mewtwo talks.
The second
Yeah.
one, Lugia talks.
Which, by the way, robs Mewtwo of a part of why he was so special. But whatever.
Does
Mewtwo.
Celebi? Oh, wait,
Celebi
yeah,
doesn't talk,
no.
no.
Entei, technically.
Yeah, but Entei's
even though
a
that's not a
figment
real
of her
Entei.
imagination, so...
So does it count or no?
I wouldn't count it personally.
Okay, let's not count it. Let's not count it.
I can't. No, I can't.
Well, I think Entei's ability to speak is quite important to the storyline. But yeah, okay, fine, we'll count it. Celebi doesn't
that's three.
talk.
No,
Celebi-
so
Latios and
move on.
Latias don't talk.
No, okay. Jirachi talks. That's six.
Yeah.
Four.
Lucario talks.
Wait, you skip. Oh,
you
nothing in
skipped,
Deoxys, right?
Destiny
Destiny
Deoxys,
Deoxys
no one
doesn't
talks. Lucario talks.
Yeah. Lucario does talk.
What's after?
Manafi doesn't talk, so
No, it does.
no. It says Manafi. That's what
No,
it
it
says.
says it. I swore it said words.
No, trust me, it didn't. That's why I found it more cute and not as like whatever some other ones because it didn't talk. Then we have what, the 10th one,
Darkrai?
which is
I think.
Darkrai.
Zoroark. I
Is
think.
Zoroark?
Oh, it's Dark. No, it is Darkrai.
Darkrai does
first.
talk.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Darkrai
yeah,
talk?
Darkrai talks.
Zoroark
Yeah.
talks.
Then we
The
got
fucking little
Then
piece
we
of
have-
shit talks in Zoroark.
Yeah. Wait, we have Shaman,
Shaman talks.
Arceus.
and I know you
Arceus-
hate Shaman.
Arceus talks.
yeah.
Oh god,
In
I
the
still
fucking
hate his
worst
voice.
voice ever.
I hate
Yeah.
his voice.
The literal voice of God.
Why? Then we had Zoroark, and Zorua talks.
Yeah, Zora talks. Oh, and Zoroark, I think, talks as well.
Oh, I don't remember. Then
Giratina.
what was next? No, we already
Okay.
did that.
Victini. Victini talks.
Victini
Yes,
talks.
Victini, that terrible film.
Then
Genesect.
everyone talks in the Kyurem one.
Oh, fucking! I told
and-
you
and then
when we
we
watched
had the
Kyurem, I
Genesect
was
one.
saying Edward Elric. No one believed me.
couldn't
No one's like,
believe
that's not
it.
Vic Minogna. It's like, no, I
couldn't
swear
be.
to God, that's
It
Edward
was.
Elric, and it was.
Well, it's a
Okay.
good thing I don't care about him anymore.
Um,
Mewtwo
Then we have the
talks
Genesect
and
one,
Genesect.
where,
Mewtwo.
where Genesect and Mewtwo talks, and then we have Cocoon, where
Deontay does talk.
Deontay
Deontay
talks,
does talk,
and
yeah.
then we have the
Hoopa.
most recent one, Hoopa, where Hoopa
Hoopa
talks.
doesn't
So
shut
that's
up.
that's like I lost.
Okay, I'll count it again. I'll
that's
count
10,
it right now.
Oh,
11,
One,
12, 13, 14. That's 14. That's 14 films.
oh, and I do want to point out Volcanion talks as well in the next one.
Oh, the next one's
Oh
coming out already.
God. Okay, 15 then.
How disappointing was Evil Ash in
There are
Hoopa?
19 films.
Don't remind me, Matt. Don't.
Oh god.
How long was
Evil
he evil
Ash
for? He wasn't even evil, wasn't he?
It was for 5 seconds.
I was really hoping he'd be edgy and he'd treat Pikachu like shit for a while, because that'd be so
You
fun.
led me to believe it would
I don't know,
happen. It never happened.
I thought it was gonna happen.
I still cry about that every
I
night.
still don't think Hoopa's that bad, though. Out of all the recent
I,
ones, I would say Hoopa's one of the better ones.
I just was so disappointed by Hoopa, but I mean, it's still not the bottom. I have 4 films below Hoopa for me.
No,
so.
it's I can't
I
stand
like-
Arceus. Arceus is not Pokemon.
No, Arceus is below Hoopa for me.
No, it's just no. Like you don't think Arceus is the worst one. You think
I
Celebi's
don't.
the worst one?
Even if it doesn't feel Pokemon to you. No. Curium is the worst one. Because Curium is not
No.
even a move. It just angered me. For me, it
Victini
just
is
made
the
Curium
me
worst
just
angry.
one.
bored me. Arceus angered me because okay, Arceus is if they asked Gen Urobuchi to write Pokemon and Urobuchi just saw Back to the Future and he wanted to copy the plot.
He's like, well, they're not gonna let me do a Yuri, so
I can't get Dawn and May together, so
his original plot was to unite all the Pokemon girls with time travel, but they were like, no.
oh, I just remembered. Remember that one Pokemon OVA where Misty and May encounter each
Oh,
other,
yeah,
and what I think May saves Misty, or it's the other way around, and
I
it
think
was like
they
the
were
most
voiced by the same
fanboyish
person in
moment
that
ever in
OVA.
Pokemon.
Weren't they? I think they were voiced by the same person in that
They were.
OVA.
Come on, May and
Oh,
Misty
God.
together. One of them saves the other, and then they have to work together to find Ash.
And by the end, they just are like, nah, we don't need Ash. We have each other.
Was that during the Togepi episode?
No, that was
the
an OVA.
hologram
Was
OVA.
the Mirage Pokemon, Master of Mirage, something. Where the guy had this like system where he made Mirage Pokemon, then he made a Mirage Mewtwo, and there was a Mirage Mew, and the Mirage Mew had sentience, and it was good. And
Oh, the Mirage
cute,
Mew was
and
the best Mew.
I
It
miss
was
it
so
so
amazing.
much.
That OVA was better than half the Pokemon films out there. So
That I still get sad when I think of that Mirage Mew.
it's so cute.
Oh, have you watched the Best Wishes OVAs?
No, cause fuck Iris.
Yeah.
And-
Oh wait, there's one. No, there's one that isn't Iris, but because they have once Iris and Silent go to Johto after they've broke up with Ash. Silent has an episode where in Johto where he meets Brock and they work together to stop like this rampaging Gyarados, but they don't know that they were both companions of Ash, like because they never ask each other's name.
Oh god, it's one of those things.
So then they just leave at the end. So it's like, oh, okay.
How much
guess
better
that's-
are Ash's
that's the
current
thing.
companions than
God, I
freaking
love
Best
Serena.
Wishes? I mean, I like May and I like Dawn. I think Dawn's great. I think May's fun. Fuck Max. But Iris is annoying, and I can't even remember the other guy's name. Cillian or
Silent.
Silent.
Silent was just a joke.
Silent.
Silent. All
Silent.
he did was saying, "Oh, I'm a connoisseur in this and that. I'm a space connoisseur. I'm a sink
Like a
connoisseur.
green hair."
I'm a shower connoisseur."
I will admit, I liked that for about 12 episodes, and then I hated it. Because it kept on going, and he didn't get anything else.
No, but I love Serena. Serena is great. I really,
Yeah, Serena's
I
great.
really want
Clemence is
Serena
great.
and Ash
Bonnie
to end up
is
together.
Amazing.
It is something
Bonnie
I'm
is
shipping
like
so hard.
the best like little girl character in all of Pokemon.
Bonnie's
probably.
Bonnie's the best, like little character.
Oh,
I
there's
still
great
need, you still need to
moments
see Bonnie and Brock meet. It's gotta happen.
I think Bonnie and Brock would make the perfect duo.
Yeah. Because there's been a themology with every single Pokemon season since Advanced, where the female companion from the last series comes back for the second season of the current series. And I do not want to see Iris. I want them to just bring back anyone else.
I mean, yeah,
And
the
I
best
want them to
episode
bring
of
back
Best
Misty
Wishes
and Brock
was
just for
when
that.
Dawn came back.
Maybe they'll bring back Iris and kill her off.
When Dawn returns, that was it. No, not Dawn. When Cynthia appeared in Best Wishes, that was the best part of it because
Cynthia's best.
Cynthia is the best girl. But everything was just up from there until they got to the filler season, which was and it was just stupid.
But that's another thing, because recently in most of the Pokemon films, the side characters don't really play much in any of the films. Besides, I would say, I think May and Max are the ones who play the most in the films that they're in.
And which one?
because well, Max plays a big part
Uh,
in Jirachi because he's the
that's a
one who
good point.
interacts
Yeah.
with Jirachi the most.
which is also one of the reasons why I didn't like the film as much.
Well, May interacts
Yeah. 'Cause-
with that what it is.
Manafi.
Interacts with Manafi the most because May acts as Manafi's mom in that film, and I think May is actually the actual central character in Temple of the Sea. And in Destiny Deoxys, I think May and Max still do more stuff than the characters in the other films. It's like in
I don't
Pokemon
actually even
Heroes,
remember them
Brock
in
and
it.
Misty are they only appear in 2 scenes. One of the scenes is them getting ice cream without Ash.
Yeah.
And it really is criminal to how much, like, because of how great the new cast is in X, Y, and X, Y, and Z, it's criminal how they're, like, underutilizing Bonnie and Clement and whatnot, and Serena in the movies.
Well, there's only
that
one
they're-
movie out right now.
Two.
Oh yeah, Cocoon of
Cocoon
Destruction.
That's a good
and
point.
Hoopa.
Yeah, that
But
is
I
true.
don't remember them in Diancie and Hooper. Like,
That's
That's
because they
just-
didn't really do anything.
You know that's
Part
really
of
weird
Volcanion
because
doesn't offer much for that either.
they're really playful characters and I think they're very well fleshed out. So, well, honestly, I can't remember Misty and Brock really in the films they're in besides the Dirt film. Maybe that's it. They play a part in the Dirt film, helping Ash.
Well, anyway,
get
they
to
do
the
it
top.
also the second film. They have a lot of screen time in the second
Yeah,
film.
but they
as
don't
well.
do much in the second film. I mean, I can't
What wasn't
remember
even in the
what they do
second
in the
film?
second film.
Yeah, I don't know how much they did, but they had a lot of screen
That's
time.
what I'm saying. I think Dawn does something in Darkrai. In the end, she helps Ash at the climax. So Dawn does do something in that film. But other than that, I would say May and Max have the most things to do in all of the Pokemon films as Ash's companions. Because I love how Iris and that guy's name just won't stick.
Salon?
Salon,
Silent?
they are essentially
Silent.
non-existent in the films they're in.
Yeah, except for their occasional jokes about, oh, I'm a connoisseur, and Iris is just a kid thing.
With purple hair.
I'm just quickly looking up Clement and Bonnie's and Serena's positions within the films they're in. It's huge. It's very minor. Clement makes an invention in
that happens in everything.
in Hooper. Yeah, that's it. That's just what he's got to do. Like, he'd probably
Yeah.
explode if he doesn't. And he makes an invention of that. Serena has a bit more in Diancie, but yeah, that's about it. She's almost non-existent in Hooper.
That's actually quite annoying or saddening because I would say that these companions that they have are the best since the original.
I
ones.
think the problem
think-
is because it's been
Yeah.
the same director since all
Yeah,
of them.
yeah.
Like, if
Actually,
they
I was
maybe
going
got-
to.
I think the guy's just tired.
Yeah, I was
now.
going to
Like,
say.
give someone
do you
else
think
a try.
the new Pokemon films would be better if there were more directors they would cycle through?
I don't know if they'd be better, but I
Or
think
more
it would definitely be
inspired.
better than what we're getting right now. It'd be more interesting. There'd be more of a chance of like getting something different and new, and maybe something more like the old days. Because the current guy, he did a great job with all those films, but it's clear his heart isn't in it anymore.
I mean, he's making a Pokemon film every year.
yeah,
That does have to, like... That is going to destroy you.
I'm sure that would drain you because that's what I'm thinking. I think if they began maybe cycling through more directors for Pokemon, for the Pokemon films, I think that we would get more inspired films today because I don't think anyone would stay as enthusiastic as they were originally for 18 films and counting.
yeah.
Yeah, the guy, like...
They would-
George
the
Lucas
guy who
couldn't even
directs the
last for 6 films.
The guy who directs the Pokemon films is the same. He's the chief director of the Pokemon series. So, But I'd want someone who was more hands-on with the series to take over a film.
Yeah, definitely someone who understands Pokemon more, but not even. I mean, I'm sure there are.
Or even give other directors chances.
I'm sure there's
just
someone
have them
out
be like,
there
okay,
who.
here's the script. Here's the basic things you gotta know. Now
Yeah, I think
do
he would
something unique with
Because
it.
how
better
interesting
in
would it
Oversight.
be if? Well, I think another thing.
You
is
know what I want to see? I want to see Ikuhara do one.
God, what like the Pokemons would start having sex or something?
I don't know about that,
It's
but
Ikuhara.
maybe he'd get all the girls to be in there, and then something would happen. I don't know.
Stop.
No,
Stop.
he would make a relationship between Brock and Bonnie happen. That's what he would do.
Stop. Please don't.
Matt, you finally get the thing you want. He'd do something with Gardevoir.
What the fuck? No. Okay,
There actually is. I guess you could say there is actually a 20th film, which is the Mega Evolution special, which is actually feature length if you put all the parts together.
technically, Black and White are 2 films.
Oh well, yeah. Oh god, yeah.
Even though we're not going to consider it that because it's not worth it.
It's the exact same film, but they reanimated just some of the bits and re-recorded as just say Reshiram instead of Zekrom.
But
How funny would it be if they didn't even bother to re-record it, and he just says the same thing in both versions?
I think that would have made this film
special
better.
is a good example of how the films could be, because I strongly recommend you to watch the Mega Evolution special. It's animated by just one guy, and the story of it doesn't have Ash or anyone else in it, and it's just this cool little story about a guy who who's on a strive for power, and it ties in with X, Y, and Z.
No, but do you know what's interesting about the director of all the Pokemon films? I'd say the first 10 films all feel significantly different, and they all have different voices, I think. The first 10 films. They're all... I actually do think the first 10 Pokemon films are quite stylistic in their own right.
10 including the Darkrai one,
Yeah.
though, right? Okay.
Because I think definitely Pokemon Heroes, Destiny Deoxys, Pokemon 2000, Temple of the Sea, and the third film all have strong moments of directing, but...
I feel like after that, the only films that come close again are the Zoroark one and the Genesect one.
Yeah, but I'm thinking that, is it because a lot of people like to say, oh, these directors are auteurs because they all resemble a single kind of voice and whatnot. But I think this director, who's making all the Pokemon films, originally at least, was able to encompass a ton of different kind of styles and make it
It's actually interesting to note that like he was doing stuff before Pokemon, of course.
Yeah.
But he hasn't done anything since he started on Pokemon.
I mean, he's dedicated his
He's pretty much got a monopoly to
Pokemon.
Pokemon. He's probably
Yeah.
making like so much money from it.
What did he do before, actually?
He did the original Ushio Tora. I'm looking at this now. He did several episodes of some like Tekkaman specials, Star Blazers. Oh no, that was just in between animation. He storyboarded an episode of Sherlock Hound. But like, there's a load of these just smaller works, and I think someone who's been directing all these loads of different things would get destroyed for doing, because he's been doing this for 15 years.
And no, more than 15 years.
More.
I mean, there's 18 films, a film
Actually,
each
yeah.
year.
Whoa, wait. When did the show start?
1997.
Then it's
1997,
almost
19
20
years.
years then.
Jesus.
It's almost 20 years.
Yeah, and he's been the chief director and executive director for...
How old is the guy?
I don't know.
He was born in 1952. Someone do the
Yeah,
math
he's
on that.
63. He's 63 years old.
Probably one of the few old people who still loves Pokemon, I guess.
Also, I'm just looking at this, and he actually hasn't storyboarded since Best Wishes. He stopped storyboarding after that.
the show, but does he still storyboard the
He doesn't
movies or no?
storyboard. He doesn't storyboard the films anymore.
How was he a director
Oh,
then? What does he
He's just.
direct? He's just
Oh wait, no, sorry. He storyboarded Yancey, but he didn't storyboard Genesect or Hooper.
that's the thing with animation. If you don't draw the storyboard, what are you directing really?
There's.
the
I
people.
think there's.
I mean, I guess
You're
you can
still
be the chief
overseeing the
director,
whole work.
I suppose, because the animation process is always something that I think is a little more fuzzy than live action.
A good director knows what they're good at, and they know what other people are good at.
Yeah.
So, if there's someone that they trust to do storyboard work for their works, then they'll get them. I think that's a smart idea.
I wonder if he's trusting the wrong people, because man, these recent Pokemon films.
Yeah, storyboard nightmares. Am I right?
Oh man, we're getting really deep into the production of Pokemon.
Yeah, and there's no material, so it's all guesses.
But I think that's what makes Pokemon really interesting, though, because it's only one director, and all the films. The first 10 films feel like they could have been made by different people. Now it's just all dead. A lot of the recent Pokemon films have been kind of soulless, to be honest, I think.
Yeah, Diancie had no. I don't think there was any emotional connection between them and Diancie herself.
Yeah.
Like, they just met, and Diancie was like a princess, and Bonnie was like, "Well, that's so cute." That's it.
I think they do some stuff with Hoopa to an extent.
Actually, I found it kind of funny with the just a quick thing in Cocoon, which is the Diancie one. I actually found the villains to not be too bad.
I can't recall the villains.
Yeah, I didn't mind.
Oh wait, weren't the villains
Um,
just like a copycat of the villains in the Jirachi film?
Were they? No, I don't think so.
Don't
No,
think so.
Jirachi was different. Had different
No,
villains.
I know they
They
had
were-
different villains, but
It was
weren't their
the
motives
three-
essentially really similar?
I mean, all they wanted was Diancie, I think.
Yeah, and all
That was
they're
it.
they're a couple. They loved each other, but the love faded. And
No. It was that they seemed to be flirting with each other, but they were never like. It didn't seem like they were ever together before. And then by the end of the film, I was like, oh yeah, they're going to be together now or something.
No,
I don't know.
wasn't
I
that
just
the
found it kind of
Jirachi
cute.
film too? Like they weren't together before.
Well, that was
and then
different
they ended
because
up together.
they were together, and then things had become strained because he was letting his work to make Groudon take over his life, and then by the end he realized the error of his ways, and they were together again. So it's a little different. Plus, that was more of a bigger part of the Jirachi movie than what I was saying was
Yeah.
part of the Diancie one. But I actually found those guys to be kind of fun.
I don't remember
I
them.
didn't think actually they were bad.
I remember
bit
nothing
comical,
in
yeah.
the Diancie film.
They actually did a couple funny things I remember that I liked. So.
I just remember something becoming a tree and Pikachu becoming stone for a while.
Oh, and,
Not to mention Team Rocket.
and
Team Rocket 2, I
Yveltal just
completely forgot.
being pushed in.
No, almost everyone got turned to stone.
I forget what Team Rocket does in every one of the films besides
That's-
2000.
Get blasted off and whatnot.
Yeah.
See, that's my main issue with Team Rocket, that they've become so tedious in the Pokemon universe that I'd rather
they're
have them
all-
not there at this point.
But they're all right in the series. They are actually genuinely. They are the main characters in the series,
I mean,
and they actually
in
have some
X-
really
in
cool
X and
moments
Y,
in X, Y, and Z.
They're doing more stuff, I guess, like they used to do.
You need to watch further because they've just started an arc, which is it's kind of a background arc. It's occasionally like one episode about it, but it's Team Rocket versus Team Flare, which is cool because suddenly Team Rocket are the good guys, and when Team Rocket are the good guys, it's the best episodes.
I mean, if you think about it, Team Rocket they were never genuinely bad guys. They've done a ton of good stuff. It's just they have this obsession with Pikachu.
Yeah, I said it before, but I think I said it in a Anifix episode, which you should totally check out. But Team Rocket would be some of the nicest most generous characters if they didn't have any loyalty to Team Rocket. Like, if they were just Jesse James and Meowth on an adventure, they would be saving people. They'd be having
should just
fun
make
with
that
their
into a
Pokemon.
spin.
Yeah, actually, what if they did do that? They had a major arc where Team Rocket detaches themselves from the organization and have a spin-off of them doing what they want. And
Get them out of the main show finally, so that they can stop crowding
and
it up,
maybe
and then they
you
have
could
their own
end
thing.
what Pokemon is right now, like end Ash getting together with Serena. I just want them to end up with each other.
It's funny that you mention Team Rocket detaching from Team Rocket, because there is an episode like that. And
In X and Y?
exactly in X and Y, and exactly what you expect to happen, what you just said does happen. They become really nice people.
Well, you see, that's the thing, though, because the only reason why they're bad is
They
because
really want
they're just
Pikachu,
required
and
to be by Team
Yeah.
Rocket. So
because they are because their backstories are so heavily tied to Team Rocket itself that they will do anything for Team Rocket.
they just don't know better at this rate or stuff like that.
Yeah.
They were at the wrong place at the wrong time.
They have no other life. I remember once, and I don't remember what season it was, or series I should say, but I remember once they go, I think, back to James's home, and they think about, like, not going back to Team Rocket or something, but they don't know what they would do without it.
That's in
So
Diamond
they
and
just
Pearl.
go back to Team Rocket.
Yeah. It's moments like that where because they have way more character than Ash does.
Well, they're given a backstory. Ash is never given a backstory.
That's because he's a kid. He doesn't have one.
That's not.
Yeah, he's got 9 years of growing up, and that's it.
He's got 9 years of
backstory is just
staying
all
10.
of the show. Isn't he like officially 11 or 12 now?
Yeah,
or
he
something
aged
about
a
it?
He's
bit.
not.
So he
he's
can
not
get
officially
together with
anything.
Serena. Please,
Actually,
guys, don't do this.
He is officially age undisclosed right now. For the first time, he is aged undisclosed.
Are you serious?
Yeah, XY never mentions his age at all. They actually skip that part. Because every time they've done it, is they've opened a series with Ash, a 10-year-old from Pallet Town. They don't do that now.
No, but I love how
XY was the
there's
first
this-
time they didn't disclose it.
I love how in the short before the third film, the one about Pikachu and Pichu,
Oh, yeah.
where Ash is
Pichu
celebrating
brothers.
their 1-year anniversary, and he's
And
still
he got
10.
Pikachu. He got Pikachu on his birthday. That was essentially his birthday party.
But he didn't age.
But no,
Ash,
yeah,
you did it! You turned 10 again!
fucking best wishes. Like, 10-year-old Ash Ketchum. It's like, no, we saw his fucking birthday. You can't screw us over this time.
But it was best wishes. Who cares about that?
Oh god.
Nah, he made a wish to always be 10.
That's
Yeah.
because of that Pokemon.
That's
I
the
forgot its
theory.
name.
Ho-oh.
Jirachi?
Ho-ho. With Jirachi. What is wrong with you?
ho. Well, Jirachi was a wish maker, so I
No, what? No, God, you don't know anything about Pokemon, Adam.
I didn't know
And
you were
we are
referring to
going
the
to
first
end today's
episode.
Roku Ronin on that note where Adam was
God
wrong
damn
once
you.
again.
You want to fuck Gardevoir.
That's not true, though.
It is! You've said it before!
No, wait, okay, I've never said that. What are you talking
You
about?
have. You have.
I have never
Yeah,
ever said I wanted to fuck any Pokemon. What?
Yes, you have!
No, I've said Cynthia was hot. I've definitely said
You
that.
said Gardevoir was hot!
What the
You did.
fuck?
You also explicitly said during this podcast that you want to fuck Mewtwo.
No. Callum, you want to fuck every single penguin out there.
I do not. I want to respect
But-
them.
But he is a penguin, it's okay. You're not a Pokemon man.
Oh my god. Adam, just... No, don't... Adam, I could destroy you right now with certain knowledge. You don't want me to, so...
Same here.
It's just... Okay.
We have mutually assured destruction right now.
Well, today...
And also,
I've-
I'll run Roku Ronin from there.
Today I've been RC Anime. With me has been Callum from the Canapa Effect,
Yo.
who might join us again. We'll see.
Oh.
You can't leave
everyone
Roku
else-
Ronin.
if
Once
I
you're in
must.
Roku Ronin, you can't leave it. That's one of the parts of the
Damn.
contract. I'm sorry, I forgot to tell you about
The
that.
contract that you never signed because we took your signature and did it for
I know.
you.
I just drew a penguin, to be honest. I assume that was
Shit,
your
that's
signature.
my yeah.
Yeah.
That's my signature. Damn.
Well, what penguin? I drew an emperor penguin.
Oh no, I don't like emperor penguins.
You don't what?
No, he
They're the
wants
best
Peggy.
penguins. Oh god, whatever. Stop. And also
God, such a
Adam
penguin
from
normie.
Vadarth. So, anyways, Adam, if you could fuck a Pokemon character, not an actual Pokemon, if you could fuck a Pokemon human character, who would it be?
Let me think a second. Okay, would it have to be? Can I make it a tie, or I have to choose
Fine, make
one
it a tie.
person? No, I'm gonna choose one person. It'll be Brock.
Missiles that had nothing to do with Porygon, and those gave the kids seizures. It was Pikachu. Pikachu should have been banned right there. Porygon should have been the new partner Pokemon to Ash, because he went, "Fuck you, Pikachu. Go home. You gave kids seizures."
Yeah.
That should have been the plot.
Porygon never
I'm gonna
appeared
take
again,
Porygon
right?
with me. Porygon has, yeah.
Has it?
That's a case of corporations paying off people behind the scenes to keep Pikachu in the spotlight.
You know, actually, I don't even. That episode's bad
Yeah.
enough for giving kids, essentially just throwing them into the hospital. But I still find the beach fan service episode really weird. The one where James gets boobs.
Oh yeah.
They're detachable, but they're
Yeah.
obviously not detachable.
They had another banned episode, an episode that was just banned in the US, where there was these people pointing guns at Ash and his friends and all that.
Oh,
so they banned
yeah.
it because of the guns. However, that was the episode where Ash caught 50 Tauros. And so for the subsequent episodes, Ash just has 50 Tauros and it's never explained.
Hey, he's a Pokemon master, or aiming to
Yeah.
be one.
He thought he was like, "I'm gonna catch them all," and so he just caught.
He just
Those
he was gonna
Tauros.
catch all the Taurus. That was
Yeah.
his true goal when he said, "I'm gonna catch them all."
Yeah, so it's weird because through the subsequent episodes they just mention that he has loads of Tauros and he just gets out different Tauros in different battles. What the fuck are you doing?
Hey, he's just that good. But anyways, Adam, what's your favorite Pokemon?
Okay, it'd probably be. Yeah, it's probably Darkrai.
Yeah.
What's that reaction?
I cannot think of Darkrai without thinking of the Diamond Pearl finale, where the final guy who won the league there just had a Darkrai that one-shotted fucking everything.
So, Callum,
Yes?
welcome to Roku Ronin. Again.
Oh, hi, it's terrible to be back, but I'm here anyway.
I know, ain't it terrible? I bet you miss Anifix a lot.
I miss it already.
Don't worry, Glenn and Russ both suck.
To
wouldn't
be
know
honest,
that.
they wouldn't let me talk about Pokemon. So
Yeah, you see, we offer creative freedom here in Roku Ronin. Which is why
probably a mistake.
I'm going to ask you, Callum, what is your favorite Pokemon?
Oh, my favourite Pokemon has got to be the very tragic Porygon Z, a Pokemon that has never appeared in the anime.
Well, maybe if it didn't give children seizures.
It didn't. Okay, so it's an episode with Porygon and Pikachu shot an electric, a thunder-shock at some.
Do that one day. I am so proud. I am so
No,
annoyed
you
with
don't.
your accomplishment.
No, you don't.
You don't want to do
You
that.
don't want to watch any of Best Wishes.
Nah, it's great.
Why,
Oh yeah, you do not
you know-
want to watch Best
Why would
Wishes.
you want to spend all that time with, what's her name, Iris?
because then I can say I've watched all of
Yeah.
Pokemon and my life will be complete. Just
You're
like
not
Callum
going.
said.
It's not going to end.
It's not going to complete your life. Watching Best Wishes just leaves a hole in your life. Where you go, oh.
But how else will I become popular and get as many subscribers as Callum?
By not watching Pokemon. I don't know. Watch
Big fan of
Digimon.
penguins. Yeah,
I'm
just
already
watch all of
doing that.
Digimon. That's so much easier.
I'm already doing that.
God.
Good, you're on your way to becoming a Digimon master.
Tamer.
But
Tamer, yeah.
moving on to Pokemon films, I think we all agree that the best Pokemon film made so far is Pokemon Heroes, which is the 5th film, right?
Yeah, although I do flip between that and Destiny Deoxys.
Destiny
'Cause I
Deoxys is
really
great.
liked Destiny Deoxys.
It's really good. I think it's Destiny Deoxys.
That's because he's awesome.
No.
Then he also had a Latios as well.
How the fuck does
So,
he have a Latios?
I
How do you
don't
have a
That's
Latios
not
know.
without a
fault.
Latios? That's just wrong.
Well, the
Well,
thing
in
is,
the
like,
games
it
that
was
happens a lot.
well, it was a six Pokemon battle. He was like so powerful. Ash was the only one that could beat Darkrai, but then he lost on the second Pokemon. He still had like 4 other ones that were just never shown.
Well, that's the TV series for
So yeah,
you.
fuck that, because it was such a stupid
They
plot.
probably were all legendaries too.
They were probably all legendaries. They probably all made equally no fucking sense.
It was probably like Mewtwo for one of them and like Mew
Yeah.
another and whatnot.
Because apparently there's fucking loads of Mewtwo's. Team Rocket had a whole batch of them.
Well,
God
anyways, if anyone was curious, my favorite Pokemon is Gardevoir, but this episode is actually more focused on the Pokemon films because it's something that we've all watched, unlike Callum, who's seen every single episode of Pokemon to have ever existed. So
I want to